Wow, I honestly forgot this game was coming out this month. I just so happened to see a couple reviews pop up on my timeline and was like, oh yeah, I was pretty hyped for this game when it was first revealed, but considering all the heavy hitters being released this month, this game kind of got lost in the shuffle, but not on this channel, so I downloaded the light version, which is free on the eShop, and just wanted to give my initial thoughts on the game, so let's get into it. So what exactly is a Chocobo? Well, if you're familiar with the Final Fantasy series, the Chocobos are these adorable bird-like creatures that are used for transportation in Final Fantasy games. Now, since I have not played all the Final Fantasy games myself, I don't know if I can give you a full history lesson on the Chocobos, but I will say they are one of the first things that come to mind when I think of Final Fantasy. Now, of course, the Chocobos were a hit, spawning tons of merchandise, plushies, and most interesting, their own video game series. Yeah, these adorable creatures actually have video games, which dates all the way back to the original PlayStation. You know, I'm kind of curious, but today we're looking at the most recent release, Chocobo GP. Now, the Chocobo is no stranger to racing games. The original game, Chocobo Racing, was a game I played a lot on the original PlayStation, and it was part of the reason why I wanted to play this game. Since this is the first impressions video, I downloaded the free light version just to get an idea what the game was all about. Starting with the presentation, I must say, this game looks fantastic. The colors are vibrant, the character models look good, and I love how the tracks look. The music, I wasn't too crazy about, but even then it wasn't too bad. The game features multiple modes and customization options that are locked behind a full purchase of the game, but aesthetically, this game looks good. In terms of the gameplay itself, since I'm playing the light version, the only mode I spent any time in was the main mode, Chocobo GP, and the only character that I used was the Chocobo. Now, like most of the kart racers, different characters have different stats, and with the customization options, you can alter or improve those stats. Very similar to Mario Kart or Crash Nitro Fuel. So yeah, in the full version, you can enjoy that aspect of the game. Now, the game as a whole, I had fun. I thought the controls were tight, the game looked really good, and the level design was decent. Now, I don't think I saw all the tracks that are offered, but what I played, I really liked it. I also like how the game handles power-ups with the 3-tier system. It's a really good mechanic, and I found it to be very fun to use. I also like the trick system, which is very similar to Mario Kart. When you jump off a ramp, you can press the shoulder buttons down, and if you time it just right, you can get a small boost. The stages are really nice to look at, and I hope they add more in future updates or DLC. The online mode is kind of set up like a tournament style race. If you come into the bottom half, you get eliminated. I also noticed the game is not as luck based as something like Mario Kart. At least in my experience, none of the slowdowns felt cheap or unfair. It's pretty decent. Very similar to Sonic All-Stars Racing, each character has a specialized moves to help you even the odds, so experiment. So my overall first impressions of this game is pretty solid. I can't say I'm willing to purchase this game just yet at this price point, but if this game does get a price drop, I may add this to my lineup and collection. I also know there's microtransactions for this game, and considering this game is $40 retail, I can't say I'm a fan of that, but I guess that's just the market that we're in. But I'm sure this game will do well with Final Fantasy and Chocobo fans alike, so yeah, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.